Citizen first.
Maxwell.
What's his name?
Matt.
Yeah.
Maxwell, Inner Teenage Me had a big week when we recorded this interview with
Really had to
Citizen.
interpret what you said there. Inner Teenage Me. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Citizen for me has been a band that has always sort of been in my musical journey. Youth, obviously, I discovered very young in sort of my musical journey.
When you were in your youth?
In my youth, I discovered Youth, the album.
Yep.
And ever since then, Citizen's been on this sort of interesting path where they've always reinvented their sound. They've always tried something new. They've gone from emo, like atmospheric, ambient, punk, like post-punk into Brit rock kind of vibes, into now Halcyon Blues, which is this perfect blend of every sound they've almost ever done with all these experimentations in more synth, in ambient music, in country at times. Like, it was really cool to talk to Matt all about it.
Yeah. It was a good chat. I think interesting to hear kind of, I suppose, as you said, they've gone through all this like, sonic change. But the thing that kind of Matt touches on a lot is like how he still relates to a lot of those songs for good and for bad. Not for bad. He never says that he doesn't relate to any at all. But like the way that he relates to them has shifted over the years. And it's so interesting to hear that perspective from a songwriter.
Yeah. And, hearing his relationship all these years later with Youth, which is an album that put them on the map that so many fans, Citizen fans and emo fans adore. Like hearing how an album like that can challenge or make a band's career, how he approaches it in the studio. It was really cool and quite a refreshing take when you hear it.
Yeah, and also shout out to the South American fans. Shout out to the Colombian fans specifically.
He did give you guys a big plug.
Well, Sam, I'm going to throw it over to you, kicking off our conversation with Matt from Citizen.
All right. Maxwell, joining us on the line is Matt from Citizen. Mate, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure. We're really excited to have you on the show to talk about Halcyon Blues. But before we dive into it, Matt, we start the show literally the same way every week, and that's just to understand what you're listening to.
In this current moment, I've been listening to a band called Dark Thoughts a lot.
Okay.
I don't know if it's kind of like fast, something you'd skateboard to, which I don't skateboard. So in my head, I'm skateboarding while I'm listening. But
Okay.
All those pent up ollies ready to go. You're like, fuck. I wanna go there.
yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. All right, I can get with that. Before we jump in and chat tour, before we jump in and chat album, you guys just wrapped a massive set at Warped Tour in Long Beach. I mean, Citizen and iconic Warped Tour sets seem to be like the order of the day. How did it feel to be back out on that stage doing it again?
Man, it felt sweet. We had such a good set. There's been more not good Warped Tour sets than there have been good ones. Thankfully, the ones on the internet that people seem to like were good ones, right? But it felt awesome, and you never really know what to expect when you're competing with other bands. You're competing, other bands are playing at the same time, and so we had a really large and a good crowd, and we were all very excited about it. It just felt good. So,
How do you go morning of the shows not knowing your set times? Like, do you get any inclination beforehand what time you're playing, or is it just wake up and, it is what it is?
no, they're so fucking cryptic about it, and I don't know why. It would make me feel good to know, but yeah, you just wake up and they usually what they did for Long Beach, which I've never experienced, was they gave us a time frame. You guys will probably be playing somewhere from 12 to 4 or 3 or whatever they said. And then our set ended up being at like 1. Actually, I don't remember when our set was, but it was sometime in that time frame. But that was a little more helpful. But yeah, back in the day when we did Warped Tour, like the tour itself, it was a little stressful to find out you had to play in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Especially, you gotta like warm up your voice and stuff, and so that, yeah, sure.
It's so annoying that they've given you like like when you're at home and you're waiting for like an electrician to rock up and they're like, yeah, we'll be there from any time between 9 and 5. And you're like, you fucking kidding me? I have to be here all day.
Yeah, right, totally.
Well, let's dive into the album, Halcyon Blues. I mean, for listeners, it's out now, but, you know, a little peek behind the curtain. We're recording this just before it lands. How are you feeling on the eve of everything kind of being out, knowing that these songs have probably been sitting on hard drives and in the back of your minds for, you know, a couple of years, I'm sure, for some of them?
We're all just pumped. You know, rollouts are weird now because when you, like, you know, it used to be you would release a single and there'd be press and all, you know, and like it was like everything was happening right when you started. But now everything happens when the album comes out, and the singles you're just kind of on your own. Hey, check this out, check this out, check this out, and then, you know, so this is like an entirely new experience that I'm just so excited for it to finally come out. And every band says this, but I really do feel like, you know, the album is something we're proud of. So, yeah, I mean, I can't say it enough. We're just pumped. I'm not the most articulate guy. So
better than being like, look, we're not super proud of this one. We think we're going to sweep it under the rug.
It kind of sucks, and we hope people like it more than we do. So.
Well, I mean, the album itself, it explores so many different styles, and listening through it, there's cohesion, but every song feels like it's got its own unique and sort of individual feel to it. I'd love to pick your brain about sort of the album's North Star when you're in the studio writing it and sort of putting it all together. How did, you know, Halcyon Blues first start?
Well, the first song that I demoed for Halcyon Blues was Highs and Lows. And I was just, you know, we're never doing anything crazy unique, but unique to us. I was trying different sounds and rhythms, and I remember when I first did that demo, I was really pumped on it, and I sent it to everybody, and Nick texted me, and he was just like, oh yeah, like this feels fresh and feels good, and like this is really exciting. And that kind of lit the fire under me, right? Because, you know, the Citizen songwriting process is, I do the demo, which I try to realize it as much as I possibly can, and then everybody gets their hands on it, and it becomes what it is, right? So it lit a fire under me, and yeah, each song was just, I mean, we never do an album with like an overall vision in mind, I guess. It's kind of just like, oh, here's a song, I like this song, and yeah, I think I demoed about 30 to 32 songs, which Jesus. Usually when we go in the studio, we don't have enough songs, and then we got like last minute write a couple and finish the album. So this was the first time we ever had a bunch to choose from, and I quite liked that a lot. It was a lot less stressful, and it allowed me, because I recorded and produced the album here at my house, it allowed me to really come with a realization of what I wanted each thing to be, and it all just feels really good. I feel good. We all feel good.
It's saying that you don't go into an album with you know, a central theme, I guess is probably the easiest way to say that. And this album, you kind of had the most songs and demos to choose from when you were kind of constructing that final song order and that disc. Was it the kind of thing where the record sort of showed itself to you through picking those songs, or did you kind of red string, you know, conspiracy theory board, put the theme together, you know, kind of when you go, okay, cool, these two songs fit together, or like, how does that theme reveal itself to you?
Yeah, okay. So all the demos, it definitely is really all over the place. And then the album we landed on, you know, kind of, this should be the album, kind of created the cohesion, right? Like, this feels right with this song, this feels right with this song. But there are definitely some songs that were in the demos that were like, I mean, if we put it on the album, it would just be weird. But I guess, you know, it was just feeling weird that day when I wrote it, right? So feeling freaky. So every Citizen album is just like a snapshot of, you know, our life at the time, and what we're drawing influence from. You know, Calling the Dogs was our raw, we're a live band record, you know, and this is just the polar opposite. I just produced the fuck out of it, right? So like that's just what we're into, and it just kind of just becomes what it becomes. So
Citizen's never been a band to shy away from having a freaky song or a freaky sound or just exploring sonically, like within each record. This album feels like you've kind of scattered in some of the older Citizen sounds as well. Was that something that was like a conscious decision, or did it just feel like these are the right songs to end up together?
it kind of goes into what I just said. Like a lot of those older, like I feel like, because I've been hearing that a lot. It's like, oh, it's returned to form. And I feel like Emotional Citizen is, I mean, I think, in my opinion, that's what drew people to Citizen in the first place, right? Was just the emotional response to the music. And yeah, you know, I got divorced while writing this record and moved back home, and so it's kind of an emotional record, right? And yeah, any hints of old Citizen, it's like the music and everything doesn't really sound like old music to me, but it is, you know, for lack of a better term, an emo type album, right? So
I mean, on that, we were lucky enough to have Pat from Movements on the show yesterday to talk about their new album, which is a conscious decision to blend Feel Something era with new Movements. But his relationship with that album, he spoke about being one of love and frustration when it comes to fan perception of the band. Citizen's always been a band that writes music that consistently evolves. But if I can I ask about the relationship you have with something like Youth all these years later, and if the fan admiration for that album has ever been tricky when you approach new material in the studio?
Dude, some bands that are way better than Citizen will ever be get nothing and play to nobody. And the fact that we even have one album that people love so much as Youth, I couldn't care less. It doesn't, but if people only ever liked Youth and nothing else, I just simply don't care. Like that is already way more than a lot of other people get, and we're so lucky to have an album like Youth, right? So no, yeah, I see things online all the time. People are like, oh, like if we're playing The Night I Drove Alone, or oh, they hate playing the song. Fuck, I love playing that song. It's a high of the set every night. I love it. What are you talking about? I wrote that song. I'm stoked on it. What do you mean?
I have seen people like, oh, Matt hates singing this song. Like, he's sick of it.
No, I'm not sick of it at all. I love it. So maybe it, you know, I don't really relate to it as much at this point in my life, but like, it's special to me that people love it, and I just feel grateful, I guess. You know, I don't know. Yeah. It's cool.
On that topic of how you relate to the songs that you write, obviously, and kind of as you mentioned before about, you know, this being fundamentally an emo record, you know, songwriting for so many people is that great release of emotion, and it's how you kind of, you know, process things. And I don't want to speak on your behalf, but it feels like the way you're talking, that seems to be how you've processed some things that have happened recently. When you come to those moments of these are deeply personal things that have happened to you, and you're expressing them through song, and you bring something to the live stage, and fans are screaming this back. They're saying like, this is my fucking favorite song, and I love this song, and it gets me hyped. And you're like, actually, this was kind of a shit time in my life. How do you balance those two things? Like, does it kind of make that cathartic, or does it kind of just again help you like process that out?
I mean, you know, it'll be cliche to say, but it's like music is therapy, right? Like writing a song is like journaling or going to a therapist for me. And I have tend to found that, like, you know, especially earlier Citizen, is really melodramatic. Like, yeah, those were difficult times in my life, but everybody goes through the same shit. It's not like anything that like destroyed my life. In that moment, it was destroying my life. But now you think about it, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck, you know. But like, what? But like, if I'm ever not feeling so good, or maybe a little bummed on something, and we go play a show, and I see the emotional response or the community that has formed around these songs and stuff, it really does make everything feel okay. Where I'm like, why am I stressing about anything right now? This is so badass. It's like literally, it's like it's the way I feel. So
yeah, I can imagine it's pretty hard to be down in the dumps when you've got thousands of people singing in front of you. Like,
if I'm having a bad day on tour and then you play a good show, it really is just like cold water. You're like, whoa, okay, life is pretty awesome. What am I thinking right now?
it's not that hard.
Yeah. Or you play a horrible show and you're like, should I go work at McDonald's or something?
Doing the coin flip every single night.
I've been told McDonald's is actually a really good job in Australia, though. Is that true?
It is. I have worked at Macca's. It's it's good for training. Good when you're a teenager trying to learn the ropes of full-time work.
Yeah, cool. So
you
maybe
should see
not
this guy
such a
make a
bad
quarter
thing.
pounder. He's incredible on the quarter pounders.
Damn.
Can wrap a cheeseburger, I can tell you that much for free.
Holy shit, I got the chills.
You and me both, but I think they're very different chills. But look, back to the album before we chat to it quickly. There are a couple of standouts for me listening through, but always the last one to leave really stopped me in my tracks, and it felt quite special listening through it. From your perspective as the songwriter and the producer, do you allow yourself to play favorites when you listen to the album?
Yeah, for sure. And it always changes. I mean, every time you finish writing or recording a song, that's the best song you've ever written for a little bit, Like, what the hell? This is amazing, But Last One to Leave was actually, it was one of the first songs that I wrote for the album, and it was initially like a very upbeat song. I guess like reminiscent of, like the beat from Float On from Modest Mouth, like bounce, bounce, bounce. And I remember being really pumped on it, and it didn't really get much of a reaction when I sent it to everybody. And over time, it was revealed to me that they liked the vocals a lot and did not like the music at all. So that was like a thing when we started recording the record. It's like, we want to do this song, but we have to redo this song. And we were sitting right here, actually. They were sitting on the couch when it came time to do that song. And I was like, okay, so, what are you guys thinking? And taking everybody's words that all contradict, and, everybody's like, well, I'll do this and have it be slow, but also huge, and have it be quiet, but also loud. And you're just like, I'm like sitting there like, oh man, I'm like so confused right now. And so I just kind of took the parts that I liked about everybody's ideas, and people were grabbing the guitar and showing me some things. And I was like, okay, let's just take the rest of the day off, and I'm going to sit right here and redo this song. And we landed on, ultimately what it came to be. And I felt like it was so much better, and it really struck a chord, and the music now caters to the lyrics and the melody, and it feels a bit more atmospheric instead of like some, I don't know, song you'd ride a horse to or something.
That's not where I expected you to go with that. That's unreal.
But it felt good when I redid it, and I'm not trying to take the credit here. Everybody came and did their thing and the song became what it was. But, I find it easier for me at least to focus if it's just me kind of messing around before everybody does that, right? So what it landed on, it's definitely one of my favorite songs of the record, on the record.
But just before you go, you're about to embark on the world tour. You're heading through North America, Europe and the UK, then heading down here to Australia. Do you find that there's kind of like little subtle differences between Citizen fans across, the world on all the different continents?
No, honestly. The only time that I ever felt like, whoa, like there's a difference is when we did South America. And people were like grabbing my face and like I felt like Justin Bieber or something, even though like we're playing a venue to like 100 people, and it was just like, whoa, it was like, whoa, this is great. Like, but for the most part, it just seems like, I don't know, like Citizen fans are just, it feels like, I feel like Citizen has grown with the fans, and I don't, like, what am I trying to say? Like, I don't, it's like, I don't see everybody as fans. It's like when we roll up to Chicago, I'm like, oh, Chicago squad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it feels very like, oh, we're all a part of something, or we share this similar interest and this is cool, So, no, I feel pretty same across the board with that too, and it's kind of cool.
It's good to know you got a home anywhere you go, but and especially in South America.
South America, yeah, it was crazy. It was definitely a culture shock in some ways. I was like, whoa. I mean, everybody was really nice and stuff, but yeah.
It's just the come to Brazil, and then you go to Brazil, and next minute,
Brazil is awesome. So we played Colombia, and it was such an awesome show. And we like go out to the van, and everybody from the show is out like waving at the van. We're like, see you later. Then our van won't start, and we're like, oh, what do we do? And so everybody from the show, we're like, 1, 2, 3, started pushing this van. We were trying to get it started because it was a manual, and it eventually got started, and we roll off, and everybody's. It was the South America tour was a lot of fun. I hope what I said didn't make it seem like it's weird or anything. It was just it was awesome, and it was cool, and that's what it was, just different. So
Hey,
they're passionate.
yeah, 100%.
yeah.
Well, make sure you go and listen to Citizen's brand new album, Halcyon Blues, wherever you get your music. Catch them on their world tour with dates in North America through August and September, in the UK and Europe in October and November, before heading down here to Australia in early next year. Matt, thank you so much for taking the time to have a chat to us today.
Thank you for having me.